babies, my name is Sharon Tjimbundu and welcome to my first ever video on my YouTube channel. Woo! I'm so excited to start this. I've been meaning to start this channel and I've been procrastinating, but because a lot of people have been asking me on tutorials, I've decided to finally start my YouTube channel and I'm so excited. So if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed yet, you need to subscribe immediately. And don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms to keep updated on all my uploads. And also, if you like this look that I have right now and you want to know how I've created it, stay tuned. Okay, so now we're going to get straight into the video. I chose to do this video with my eyebrows already drawn because I believe that eyebrows take a bit longer to get done. But I'm just going to show you the products that I actually use for my eyebrows. I like to keep it on a budget. For all my ladies that are on a budget, this is for you. So I use the LA Girl Brow Kit. This one is in the color dark, so it has a dark shade and a little bit one that's slightly lighter but it's still dark, and it comes with this light shade. I don't really use none of these light shades up here. I prefer using these ones down here. I drew my eyebrows using a angle brush. I normally like to use powders because I feel like they don't crease up on my eyebrows, and I use these two concealers. This one is my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Fawn, and this is the NYX Cosmetics Can't Stop Won't Stop. So why I use these two is because I prefer to use a darker shade on the top of my brow and a lighter shade on the bottom of my brow to give my brow a little bit of definition and to highlight the brow. So let's get right into the video. I am going to start with my eyelids. So we're going to use the same concealer from NYX Cosmetics, and we're just going to put that on the lid on my eyelids like that. So what this does, it actually just helps to, it's like a primer for the eyeshadow. It helps so the eyeshadow can sit and the color can be a bit more intensified. I'm gonna blend it out with this brush. I bought this brush from My Collections boutique and I'm obsessed with how it's shaped and how buff it is. So I'm gonna blend out the concealer on my eyelid. Just gonna add a little bit more because I want my eyeshadow to pop. So after that, you're gonna take your, I use a finishing powder. This is a translucent finishing powder from NYX Cosmetics. But if you have a baking powder from Sasha's or from whichever brand that you use, a beignet powder, you can use that as well. This one is a NYX Cosmetic. It's a translucent finishing powder. I'm gonna pat this on the lid of my eye. This helps for the concealer not to move around. It's very important. All of these steps are very important. That is why your eyeshadow might not look good by the end of the night, is because you don't set your eye, and it's very important to set your eye. Okay, so before I continue with, okay, I'm just gonna get into it. I'm just gonna do the whole eyeshadow thing. I'm gonna start by using this eyeshadow palette that I got from LV Beauty Planet. I bought this in Nigeria when I was visiting. I am absolutely obsessed with the pigment of this palette. I already started using it because I couldn't wait until I filmed this video. So I already started using this eyeshadow palette. So today we're going to do a glittery eye, something a bit more glamorous. I'm thinking of using these eyeshadows, this glitter eyeshadows, or maybe we should do a blue eye. No, it's not gonna fit. Let's do a glitter eye. Let's do a silver glitter eye. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go in with my eyeshadow brush. And I'm gonna start with a bit of a lighter brown, which is right here. You're just going to put that in the crease of your eyelid just to get a transition color. What I like about this palette is the pigment is so strong. You don't even have to put a lot of product on it and it's already like, you know, popping. So once that is blended out, you want to take another brush that's a bit more thinner just to intensify the crease of your eyelid. I'm now going to use a color from this palette that I also got from V Beauty. It's a Nigerian brand actually. The lady is called Lady V Beauty Planet. The page is called Lady V Beauty Planet. The lady is called Lady V, and this is one of her palettes called I Like It Hot. I'm really obsessed with all of these palettes. So I'm going to take I think I'm going to take a dark brown and put that right into my crease. You see how the first shade that I put onto my eye allows the eye to have like a little bit of a fade. It creates that fade between the two colors. It's more like I don't know what they call it. It's more of a transition color. Yes, it's a transition color. So once you've intensified that into your crease, you will want to go back with the brush that you used previously just to blend it out a little bit more. I don't know why people keep texting me when I'm actually busy. I think I should put my phone on flight mode. Okay, so we're gonna go back with this palette again and use this color right here, the black color here. What I like about this palette, it has an actual black shade in here. With most palettes, as you can see, this black right here is not as dark as you would want it to be. This one is actually like really dark. So I'm gonna go in with this one, and it's called, I like the names on the palettes as well. So this one is called Makeup and Chill. So I went in first with this one right here from the Reloaded palette. It's called Reloaded. And now I'm using the I Like It Hot palette. And then I used this brown, which is called Chocolate Martini. And now I'm going in with Makeup and Chill, which is a black. So I'm going to start by putting it on the corner of my eyelid into the crease. Don't want to use too much product, and just blend it in. And if you feel like there's a lot of excess makeup, you just blend it out. Perfect. I'm gonna do that again with the other eye. Alright, so I've actually decided to do a bit more of a dramatic look for my first video because I just wanted to show off a bit of my makeup skills. I didn't want to do something, I was thinking of doing something like a everyday makeup look, like go from basic to baddie. But I think I'm gonna do that for my next video. So for now, I wanted to do a bit of a dramatic look, something that you would normally wear out on a night out or to an event. So now we're gonna cut the crease using my concealer in the shade Fawn. The trick that I use for cutting crease is I like to put my concealer right on the center of my eyelid and then blink like that. So that, okay, so the good thing about my eyelid is it doesn't fold too much. So I see I have a little bit of concealer on the top that transferred onto the top. So that's where my crease is going to start. One needs to be really careful when cutting the crease because you need to have like a precise shape, so you don't want to make a mistake. So you really need to take your time when you're cutting your crease. So now we're going to take a separate brush and just blend the concealer into your eyelid. All you need to do is just dab a little bit. Dab, 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 dab. So that the concealer can sit and not move around. Okay. We're going to try to fix this side. Voila, I look like an Egyptian princess. I'm still trying to contemplate whether I should do the gold or the silver. I really like the silver, but I think, okay, cool, we're gonna do the silver for now. What's gonna happen is I'm going to take this shade from the I Like It Hot. I'm gonna use this pastel looking color right here. It's a shimmer, it's called Lace Teddy. So this is the color that I'm going to put onto my eyelid in the space which I cut. I don't like spraying my brush. Normally I would spray my brush when I put on a shimmer, but I think like these colors are so intense that if I spray it, it's probably going to create a mess onto my eyelid. So I'm just going to put this on. Plus we're going to cover it up with the glitter, so one doesn't really need to do much with this. So you just tap onto it like this. It is coming together already. Woo. Okay, so now I'm going to take a separate brush a smaller brush actually, because with this palette, with the, you know, this is not like actual eyeshadow. It's like glitter put together. So you need a very thin brush. I think I'm gonna take a thinner brush. I'm gonna take a thin brush and use it to just outline where I cut the crease, just so that I can get like a perfect placing of glitter on my eyelid. I'm gonna take a bit of product. Alrighty. I'm actually thinking of just leaving it like that. It's so pretty. Ooh, this is actually really pretty. I'm gonna try putting it onto the other eye and just see how it looks like. I'm actually loving it just like this, so I think I'm gonna leave it just like that. So I'm thinking to intensify the eyeshadow on my lid, because I was planning to cover it up. So I'm just gonna go back with something a bit more. I'm gonna go back in that shade and just intensify it a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm gonna finish it off with my mascara. I'm using this mascara from Essence Beauty. It's called the Lash Princess Sculpted Volume Mascara from Essence. It's actually very affordable. You can get it at any drugstore, which is Clicks or Discam. Actually, most of the products that I use are drugstore products, and I do not compromise on certain products when it comes to makeup, but I think there are certain drugstore products that have really good quality makeup, and you don't have to break a bank just to get, you know, good quality makeup. So I'm just going to volumize my mascara, my lashes, by using my mascara. You guys need to understand that I am just starting, so I'm still trying to get my terminologies right. I know how to do the art, but the explaining is quite difficult. So this mascara is not waterproof, but the good thing about non-waterproof mascara is it's easy to wash off. And when you wear heavy eye makeup like I do, it's quite difficult to wash off makeup. So it's good to have a mascara that's not waterproof, but it works both ways. If you need something that's gonna stick on and not gonna be runny at the end of the night, it's good to use the waterproof, but I prefer using this ones because I really wear a lot of makeup, and washing my face off at the end of the night is very dreadful. So I'm gonna top it up by using my Essence eyeliner. It's called the Super Last eyeliner. I also got this one from Clicks. It's matte black. I actually like this because the applicator is a little bit brushy. It's loose, so it kind of gives you a better definition on how you would like to draw your liner. It makes it easier for you. It's very thin and it's very affordable. So like I told you, I'm here for the girls on a budget. So I like to start my eyeliner by the tip before I bring it down. I outline it always before I fill it in. Just like that. Ooh, I am loving this look. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same on the other eye. So I'm going to go put on my lashes off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I have my lashes on, we get into the face now. And I like to use mink lashes. I hate using plastic lashes. People don't use plastic lashes. I also got these from Lady V when I was in Nigeria. So you can get any mink lashes. I see a lot of people are selling mink lashes now on Instagram. So avoid plastic lashes. Clicks has good lashes. I think it's the Eyeliner lashes. I don't know if they have Lily lashes, but avoid using plastic lashes. Now getting straight into the face. It's important to always moisturize. I've moisturized before I started with my makeup. So I'm going to use primer. I ran out of primer, but you know, I always have samples when I buy foundation. So I have a sample from MAC. It's the Natural Radiance. So I'm just gonna put that all over my face. a little bit on the forehead. Unfortunately, the forehead is covered by the lace front. It's nice to have a moisturized face. A lot of people believe that if you moisturize your face and you have an oily skin, it makes your makeup crease. I mean, you can't wear your makeup for 24 hours. It's impossible. Nobody's up for 24 hours. Eventually you have to wash off your makeup. And this is new thing I'm trying. It's called the strobe cream. It's like a glowy effect type of thing, and I've been seeing it on Instagram and on YouTube channels. So I'm trying it out. I hope it doesn't mess my face up, but I'd like to see if my face can have that glow effect. Not bad. You know, the guy at MAC actually told me that it's good to be used under your highlighter, but I think if I can make my whole face glow, why not? So I'm gonna use a bit more of that. I'm gonna try to list all the products that I've used below so that you guys can go check them out in all the places that you can find them. So you just see how alive my face looks right now. Once you moisturize and put on primer, your foundation actually sits better on your skin and it doesn't look flaky, and that's the mistake that a lot of people do. They don't moisturize their face, and that's why the foundation cannot blend properly into your skin. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my MAC Studio Fix Fluid. It's in the shade NW45. That's my shade. If you're my shade, then you can use the NW45 at MAC. This is a full coverage foundation that you can cover up any spots that you're trying to hide. So I'm gonna use this brush once again, the same brush that I used to blend in my concealer on my eye. And this is the brush that I'm going to use for my foundation. So what I like about this foundation is actually buildable. You can try putting on a little bit and add more as you go, because a little goes a long way. So I'm just going to start by putting on a little bit of foundation. My hair is so big. You know what they say about big hair? The bigger the hair, the bigger the... I like to spread the foundation over my face because you don't want to put too much foundation. The only bad thing about this foundation is it doesn't have there's no, I don't know if you don't know how much foundation you're putting out, so it's just throw. So I like to throw a little bit just to make sure I don't use too much of it, because foundation is quite expensive. So I'm just gonna blend it out with this brush. I mean, you don't necessarily have to use this brush. I would normally use this brush, or I would use my beauty blender, but this is what I like because the beauty blender actually takes off product. It puts on, it blends out, but it kind of takes off the product, and I just like my product to stay on my skin. The brush doesn't really take much of the product. That's why I like using the brush. And also it's very important that you use clean brushes, guys. If you don't use clean brush, the excess makeup that is left on the brush from your previous use is definitely going to make your face look funny. I'm not saying you should wash your brushes every single time you use them, but at least try to wash them at least like every 2 weeks. I don't know, maybe once a month if you're too lazy. Good thing for me is I'm gonna have to wash my brushes every week because I'm going to have to record a video for you guys every week. I'm gonna get it in there, in the neck. And this foundation is actually a full coverage, so it covers all my little spots, because I have like flat warts. Some people call it freckles, and they're like, oh, your freckles are so cute, but they're not freckles, they're flat warts, and I wasn't born with them, so they kind of disturb me. But it's kind of cute when people act like they like them on me, but you know, I plan to actually get them removed. That is a good coverage, and that is the one thing I love about MAC products. They never disappoint. You always get good products from MAC. Okay, cool. So we're gonna move into the concealer now. I'm gonna use the NYX Cosmetics Can't Stop Won't Stop, the same concealer that I use for my eyelid and the same concealer that I use for my lower lash. I'm going to put it in all the places where the sun hits, and that would be under your eyes, on the tip of your nose, they call it the bridge of your nose, on your chin, I don't really like to highlight my forehead, but you know, it's prestigious. I only put like a little bit of concealer, just like a little bit. Because if I wasn't doing it, then you guys will ask, oh, why are other YouTubers doing it? Why are you not doing it? Let me just do it. But I don't like to highlight my forehead because, you know, we all know that your forehead is a bit darker than your face is. So sometimes when you highlight your forehead, you kind of look crazy, like you are bleached when you're not. So I try to keep it minimal, and I like to blend it out first so that no excess product comes on to the forehead. So I just blend it out like that, just to create a little bit of a highlight, because you know when the sun hits you, there's specific areas that it hits first, and this is right here and right here. That is the purpose for the highlight. Big nose. Blend it all out. Actually, it's optional whether you want. You can also use your beauty blender to blend out your concealer. I have to necessarily buy this brush. You can just always get yourself a beauty blender and blend out your makeup. I know it looks like I'm blending forever, but it's very important to blend your makeup, because if you don't blend your makeup, you will not last for the entire day or the entire night. Okay, this is obviously not day makeup, this is night makeup, and you want to make sure when you're in the club or you're at an event, you don't crease up and start looking crazy and people are asking, are you okay, because you're sweating. So it's very important that you're always blending your makeup. In case you guys are wondering if this is the final step, no, it's not. There's a few more steps to go. Okay, cool. So now you're going to use your NYX Cosmetics Studio Photogenic Finishing Powder. It's similar to your setting powder, but this is just translucent. It's not, it doesn't create the yellow effect. I just like to use it so that I stabilize the concealer and it doesn't crease. So the main reason why you want to use all these extra products and so on, if you don't want your makeup to crease, you want your makeup to stay on. Also, it helps you to put your makeup on the right way. So I'm going to use my beauty blender to just put this on. So now I'm looking a little bit crazy, but I'm gonna let that sit for a while and move on to contouring. I'm gonna take a brush. I would normally, what I like about makeup is it's multi-purpose. So you can actually use a bronzer or a contouring powder, or you can use a darker shade of concealer. When I don't have a product, I like to improvise. So I'm gonna go in with this chocolate martini shade from my I Like It Hot palette, and this is what I'm going to use to contour my face. So I'm going to start by contouring my nose. Well, let's just go in with the cheeks first. So I'm not going to use a lot of product because it's quite dark, so you're going to make sure that you try to contour from, you know, the beginning of your ear here down to where your brow starts or ends, or whatever you want to call it. Just like that, in circular motion, brushing it upwards. So if you have a chubby face, this is like your best friend. Contouring is like your best friend. You know how people on Instagram always make fun of my nose? It actually looks cute once I contoured it. So I'm gonna take this brush and go into the same shade, but just slightly. You want to use a very light hand when you're doing your makeup. You don't want to, you know, go in it, because then the makeup is going to look quite crazy. If you don't want harsh lines on your face, you want everything to look like it's transitioning from one shade to another. It's well blended in. You're gonna contour just like that. You don't want to contour on the side of your nose, but just like on the sides of your tip. So just start from right here, going down. It gives you the illusion of a more sharper nose. Okay, well, before I continue, I'm just going to now brush off the excess powder on my face by using this beautiful powder brush. Now I'm going to take my blush palette. This is a very pretty blush palette that I also got from V Beauty. Yes, I'm using a lot of her products now because I'm obsessed and her pigment is crazy. So I'm going to tap into these two shades right here just to, you know, blush up my face. Don't forget to smile. Now you just want to go a little bit underneath your contour with your finishing powder, just to create that contour that you are actually going for. So now that we've contoured and we've highlighted and we've blushed up our face, we're now going to go in with highlighter. So I'm using this Huda Beauty highlighter, and no, this one is not from Ching Chong. It's actually original Huda Beauty. I've been using this for quite a while, so doesn't look so appealing, you know. But I'm gonna go in with, I think I'm gonna go in with this one. This one is a bit it's a bit more intense. It's a lighter highlighter, and I'm going to highlight the higher cheekbones, my cheekbones, just like that. Okay, cool. And also you need to highlight I think they call it your Cupid's bow, right here in your lip. But I'm gonna now use the darker highlighter because I don't want to look like an idiot with light highlighted lips. So I'm gonna use the darker shade of highlighter. It's a more bronzy shade, so it's nice for the lips. It kind of brings out my Cupid's bow. I'm going to use the same shade to highlight the bridge of my nose. Just like that, not too much. We are also going to highlight, I think I'm going to use a smaller brush. Highlight they call it your brow bone. Yeah, it's your brow bone. I told you guys I'm still catching up with the terminologies, but to highlight the brow bone of your brow, the brow bone. So just like that. This kind of helps to intensify your brow as well. If that's the kind of look that you like, it's definitely something that you need to do. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go in with a lighter shade of highlighter and put it on the inner corners of my eyes. Okay, cool. So moving on to lips, I'm going to use these two shades. These are two liquid lipsticks from MAC. The one is in the shade Feel So Grand. The red one is Feel So Grand, and this burgundy looking is a High Drama. It's called High Drama, and they're both retro matte. You can get them from the MAC stores, the MAC at Edgar's. So I'm actually going to create an ombre. I'm going to use this for lining my lips. And then I'm going to go in with Feel So Grand. Oh, actually there's one thing that I forgot because I knew that my makeup wasn't looking right. I actually forgot to put on mascara on my lower lash. Let me first go in with this is the Maybelline Long Lasting Eyeliner. I like this because the eyeliner kind of just glides onto your waterline, and you don't have to struggle and, you know, create irritation for your eye. So another step that I like to take is I like to kind of put eyeshadow onto my lower lash line. So I'm gonna go in with this, it's called Don't Settle. It's a reddish type of eyeshadow and put it on my bottom lash. I'm kind of just blending out the eyeliner with this eyeshadow to create that smoky look. I'm smoking it out right now. My eyes have actually been quite easily irritated these days. Eye makeup is not my best friend. Okay, cool. So now that I've placed my mascara and put on my lipstick, I'm gonna finish off my makeup with this Mod finishing spray. I love how it sets my makeup and it smells so good. So this right here is the final look. If you like this look, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe on my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time in my next video. Bye.